Welcome back. Today we start out with word as usual. We'll talk about an ancient Roman rumor. We'll talk about an ancient Roman ruler, an innovation in surveillance, some World War II news, a celebrity, a song, and a quote. So grab your favorite cuppa, settle in, and let's have a look. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for October 23rd. October 23rd is the 296th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 297th in leap years, with 69 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is initiative. Initiative can be a noun or an adjective. As a noun, initiative means an introductory step, as in, Mrs. Wallace took the initiative to organize a charity fundraiser for her local community. Initiative might refer to the energy or aptitude displayed in getting something started, as in, Acme Shipping encourages employees to show initiative by proposing innovative ideas. Initiative can also have to do with starting the process of creating a legislative action or a procedure enabling a specified number of voters by petition to propose a law and secure its submission to the legislature for approval, as in, writing a successful legislative initiative requires thorough research. Or, initiative petitions were circulated to collect signatures from registered voters in order to show a preponderance of interest in the issue. As an adjective, initiative means of or relating to an initiation, introductory or preliminary, as in, Charlotte's initiative approach to problem solving impressed her co-workers, or the initiative steps taken by the group have resulted in increased efficiency and productivity. The word initiative comes to us from a linguistic adaptation or two, originally from a Latin word that meant to begin or a beginning. First known use of the word initiative seems to depend on which definition you're considering, but generally speaking, we can consider the first use of the word initiative as an adjective to be around 1605 and as a noun in around 1793. Initiative. And with that, Valentinian III became Roman Emperor of the West at the age of 6. He inherited that big job when his father Constantius III died, and of course, being a little boy, he ruled under the influence of his mother, Galla Placidia, who had herself been the daughter of Roman Emperor Theodosius I and was queen consort to the Visigoth king Ataulf while he was alive, and then was Roman empress with Constantius III. So she was no stranger to the sort of activities and attitudes necessary to operate successfully in that position. She served as Valentinian's regent until her death in 450, when Valentinian III will have been about 31. Valentinian III only lived 4 years more, dying at the age of 35. On October 23, 1911, we see the first use of an airplane in combat, when an Italian pilot made a reconnaissance flight during the Italo-Turkish War. Francisco Franco was the Spanish military general and head of the Spanish state from about 1938. As World War II began to heat up, he'd insisted that neutrality would be Spain's official wartime policy. But when France fell in the summer of 1940, his policy of strict neutrality gave way to non-belligerence. Francisco Franco reached out to Adolf Hitler to indicate that he was willing to join the war under certain conditions. And so it is that on October 23, 1940, Adolf Hitler met with Francisco Franco to discuss the possibility of Spain entering the Second World War. Somewhere along the way, one of my viewers asked me to talk about the late actor Robert Lansing. Born Robert Howell Brown on June 5, 1928, he acquired the professional name of Robert Lansing when he joined the Actors' Equity Association. They already had a Robert Brown, so he became Robert Lansing. He served 2 years in the U.S. Army, has done radio work and acted in stage plays, movies, and television, and while he's played many parts, he's probably best known for his role as Brigadier General Frank Savage in the first season of the TV series 12 O'Clock High, which ran on the ABC network from 1964 to 1967. I counted 19 movie parts, 26 theater roles, and over 100 roles in television series and shows. He's noted for his rugged good looks, commanding stage presence, and strong, powerful voice. Robert Lansing passed away on October 23, 1994, at the age of 66. Today's song is Mad Dogs and Englishmen by Leon Russell. It's listed as a single from Leon's album, Leon Russell and the Shelter People, and the 1971 documentary film of Joe Cocker's 1970 tour, also called Mad Dogs and Englishmen. The documentary was named after a song by Noel Coward that was first performed in 1931, and I found a link to a 1955 television performance of Noel Coward singing that. It's quite amusing. Joe Cocker's management had gotten him a U.S. tour booked, and all of a sudden he found himself without a band. He needed a band in order to move forward. Through a network of connections in the business, Joe was put in touch with Leon Russell, and given Leon's connections with the Wrecking Crew, we've mentioned the Wrecking Crew before, they were a loosely assembled group of studio musicians who have played on many hit records as instrumental backup. Well, Leon was able to gather over 20 musicians, a backing choir, and of course himself on lead piano. Leon was also able to get a camera crew to go along, the ultimate result of which is the Mad Dogs and Englishmen documentary film. You can find clips of the documentary on YouTube, and it may be available out there somewhere for streaming, but the only way I could find the whole movie was for sale on DVD or VHS. This tour and resulting documentary movie, though, gave both Joe Cocker and Leon Russell the exposure that would serve as a springboard to phenomenal success for both of them. A situation that probably felt like the end of everything at first turned around to be a great and amazing opportunity for Joe Cocker and Leon Russell and many others, as well as provide entertainment for millions of us in the years since. The Ballad of Mad Dogs and Englishmen by Leon Russell. Link in the description. How about that? For today's quote, I have a friend who writes an episodic adventure series, and I heard this great line in a piece recently. It is, "The world doesn't get better just because it's easy. It gets better because somebody tries, even when it feels pointless." Garrett Beener, Guardians of Unity. Alrighty, y'all take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time. And a hearty and grateful shout out to these lovely folks who've bought me a coffee. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to add your name to that list, there is a link in the description where you too can buy me a coffee. Alrighty. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. No Really. No Really. Consider following my Day in History page on Facebook if you're on Facebook. I also have a Patreon account now, or you can buy me a coffee. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.